The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Hey everybody, how we doing? See,
I gotta turn the mic on.
yeah, mic on. Yeah,
The mic.
you know why we're talking like that? Because it's freaking cold in
Oh
here.
my God! It's December here
I-
in the hallways of the Rio.
I am filing a protest.
What, no more snow.
There's going to be snow in here soon enough.
Yeah,
This is getting ridiculous.
it's freezing, but I tell you what, it's hot over there at the final table.
Oh,
Look
we got
look
tablage.
yeah, well, Tom Schneider, Mike Leah, the Cyborg, all at the same final table there. That's sick.
It's fun.
The official final 8 just got sat over there. That's amazing.
Oh, okay. So we'll get that update in a little bit. Yeah, and it's been a crazy day. In case you didn't hear the news, it looks like PokerStars has been sold.
Amaya Gaming, however you want to pronounce it, the Canadian
Maya.
superstars.
Maya.
Amaya.
You want to say Amaya?
Amaya.
Maya.
Well, they have to do something. They're getting kicked out everywhere they apply. They have to do something, and they're gonna do it right as long as they can get rid of the board of directors.
Yeah, there's no excuses now.
Yeah, exactly.
As
So
of tomorrow. So yeah, we. By the way, just on a side note on that. I'll tell you what. We'll tell that story.
okay,
Yeah,
let's
well,
tell that story because they just paid $750 million to buy Full Tilt Poker and pay off the Department of Justice, and now they're selling for $1 billion.
The Blackstone Group has announced today it's made its largest ever credit deal, $1 billion of fund commitments, and that with a couple other companies is going to the Amaya Gaming Group. They are based out of Canada, and that group is apparently purchasing PokerStars. Amaya's stock was frozen today
It was
after it jumped up about 29% because the word started getting out of what was going on. So their stock right now is frozen. So you guys better be ready tomorrow morning with their little buttons. Get your E-Trade going.
buy it away.
Get on Scott Trade, whatever you got to do. I don't know which one's going to give you the deal.
Back up tomorrow.
But whenever it does, because the deal apparently announcement is forthcoming tomorrow, and they're spending over $1 billion to buy this. So everyone
Is it over $1 billion or is it $1 billion?
over $1 billion.
Over
They
$1
have
billion.
not. They have not given the number yet. Officially, obviously, they want to announce the completion of the sale first.
Well, if-
but
Am I wrong that it's only $250 million more than what they just paid for Full Tilt Poker?
yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Amazing. So,
Well,
are they going to
it's
keep
a-
poker? Or is the current PokerStars group going to keep Full Tilt Poker?
Ooh, you could
and
sell-
only sell
So,
PokerStars?
I think that's all going to go together. I would imagine, but I
don't
I
think
tell
it
you
could
what,
go
it
together.
would be interesting if it got broken off. It would be a complete waste.
I don't think it'd be a waste.
So,
I think it'd bring competition back to that market.
Oh, there's competition out there, but I don't know. I just never after everything happened with Full Tilt. I just think without changing the name and rebranding it, it's not. Everybody thinks of the old Full Tilt when they hear Full Tilt, in good and bad. But I think it's got to be rebranded and put out there as something else
I agree.
to attract a new market. But yeah, so right now, that's been the big news today. I did reach out to PokerStars. I could not get a comment at this point. So
Not many people are getting comments, which is okay.
I tried that. I also reached out to the author of this article on Bloomberg, Devin Banerjee, and we're going to try and get him on the show tomorrow. He was tied up tonight, or else he would have called in for an interview. So we will try and get a hold of Devin as soon as we can and maybe say hi to him tomorrow. Possibly the deal will be completed or announced then. So Devin will have a nice article to write up, and we'll get to talk to him too.
Good. Amazing. It will be good because PokerStars got this last denial from California was really a kick in the ass. It's forcing them to do something other than what they're trying to do, and I do like that, because PokerStars could be able to find their way back into the U.S. market via a name change and company change, so they'll no longer be on that bad actor list. So we could see Full Tilt or PokerStars here in the U.S. before long.
I gotta say, I'm a little surprised at a total sale. I would have thought that the owners would have just maybe divested themselves out of it.
Well, just because it's done on paper doesn't mean it's not being.
I know. I mean,
deal.
it's a paper. It could be just a paperwork deal, but I don't know if they need to go quite as far as they're going. But hey, I'm sure they've been hammering this away for a while now, and everybody's freaking tired of getting shut down. So
they made sure they had their knots tied at each end. They want to make sure that they're not going to slip out, because once they make this deal, if they get denied in the U.S. again, that $1 billion is going to be pretty much a waste.
Yeah, I've never heard knots tied at both ends.
Well, you've got to have knots tied at both ends so you don't slip off the rope.
Or you could just hold on and have a good grip, like we had to do like we had to do in elementary school and junior high.
But you still had knots halfway up the rope sometimes.
I didn't have rope. I didn't have knots. Oh hell no! No, I went to a tough school. We didn't have knots in our rope. No. Oh my God! If we had knots in our rope, everybody would have made it to the top. That was one of the greatest days of my life when I made it to the top of the rope.
Oh really?
We had to do that from like first grade up.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, fascinating.
Oh my God! It was. I made it when I made it in 5th grade. It was a miracle. Everybody was cheering me on. They loved that. They're like, huh? "Whoa, where'd that come from?" Because I don't think I ever made it like more than 2/3 of the way up the rope.
You were determined. You're like, they're not making fun of me again.
I don't know. God just smiled on me that day and said, I will raise you up. I'll raise you up.
Oh, it's a singing Hoke.
Yeah. We started talking about the rope.
The knots on each end.
I hadn't remembered that since I was a long time ago.
Yoga pants. Yeah. Gotta love the yoga pants.
The rope was dangerous when we were when I was in high school or in school there too, because if you look at basketball shorts from the 70s and 80s, that we wore those.
Poor guy.
Oh man, you could get the chafing and the rope burn in all sorts of places.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, but at least we didn't get thrown out of school for spinning a pencil.
How many chips does Mike Leah have?
Yeah, how about that? Well, yeah, all right. Well, let's say this is going to be a very interesting situation with PokerStars coming back, and if they come
going
back,
away, if PokerStars going away.
Well, they're coming. They're.
It's going to get renamed. It's going to be rebranded.
I don't think they're going to rebrand it.
They have to rebrand it. PokerStars is a bad actor.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to have to rebrand it. We'll see.
They're going to rebrand it for sure.
That would catch me off guard. I'm gonna take the no rebrand on that.
They will rebrand it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take the no side.
Rebranding.
5 push-ups on air.
5 push-ups on air.
I'll give you 5.
Okay. Deal.
One-armed. Ha.
Not one-armed.
What, can't you do 1-armed push-ups?
I don't think you can do 5 one-armed.
Oh, push-ups. I can do 5 one-armed push-ups. That's not a problem. All right. So there's our bet. That's a winner. Let's see.
I didn't agree with 1 arm, but I'll do push-ups.
Chicken. All right, let's take a look at what is going on right now, because it is an action-packed day here at the World Series. But we're gonna
wait a second. Action-packed day here at the World Series. Where
wasn't yesterday?
Was the action?
It wasn't yesterday.
Where was the action? Where's the action today?
There's all sorts of action.
We don't even have a no-limit game going today, except for the daily deep stacks. We've got the horse game, which is completely limit, and then we've got the
final tables
pot limit.
Yeah, that one's not very well. There's action, but it's not a lot. Let's take a look.
Jennifer Tilly's in it. There's action.
Okay, well, let's take a look at where we.
The Bride of Chucky.
I wonder if she really likes being reminded of that. If she comes out, I'm going to ask her.
It was like 3 or 4 movies that she did there, right?
Yeah, there's a couple.
Child's Play movies. Those were fascinating.
Well, no, I thought she just got brought in Bride of Chucky. We'll look that up too. Let's take a look at I believe it's. Let me see if I get this event right. Make sure I didn't get one we've already covered here. Okay, the event 24, No Limit Hold'em 6-handed event, right now is down to 7. And the Americans right now 1, 2, 3, 5 out of the 7. We do have our first kind of internationally filled final table. Kevin Eister, who Matt Salzberg has difficulties in terms of actual play against Kevin Eister. Doesn't get lucky against Kevin Eister very much. I heard that story last night. That was interesting.
You missed out. I found Al Can't Hang right after I left the booth last night.
Yeah, I know.
And Jen Newell, and then all of a sudden Pokerati shows up with Nolan Dalla.
Was there, yeah.
Oh yeah, we had lots of cocktails.
Yeah, somebody would have told me I would have come up. I was around, but nobody did, and I yelled at Al for leaving me with purple peace guy. Thanks a lot.
I walked up, I sat down next to Al. I'm like, oh, Hoke is mad at you.
Anyway, Kevin Eister leading the way, $1.97 million, and Bryn Kenny at $1.76 million. Jeremy Kotler is a little over $1 million, and then we have David Borat from France at $919. Lucky Chewy, Andrew Lichtenberger, $910 right now. Pierre Neuville is at $846, and Mustafa Kanit at $661.
Need some help with that $1.9 million up top.
Yeah, and these guys are, Eister, Kenny, and Lichtenberger, as good as they are all chasing their first bracelet.
That's awesome.
Lucky Chewy has been there so close so many times. It's been unbelievable.
Looking him at a final table again. He's just crushing.
So
go.
So Lucky Chewy was actually down a little bit there for a while, but he has made a little bit of a comeback here. Both the short stacks also picking up some chips too. So this is going to be an interesting table tonight. But I'll tell you what, if Chewy can pick up one more hand, he's going to be tough to beat. Andrew, one of the great shorthanded players in the game. Seeing it firsthand, he's one tough player when he gets a smaller table, 6 players, 4 players. So we'll see if Lucky Chewy can come out of that. But Eister right now,
those players are real tough. He's in a situation where he's got to get lucky a couple different times to pull it off, but he could do it.
Yeah, some other big finishers in that one. Matt Jarvis, who had a pretty big lead coming into the day, that one's going to sting for a little while. Jarvis finishing 9th. Byron Caverman in 10th. Amanda Musumeci was fighting the short stack all day, managed to work her way up to 12th, but that is all she'll end up with.
Another impressive finish.
Oh, absolutely. And Greg Merson jinxed himself with the Blue Jays jersey. I called it on Twitter. You missed that, at Mark Hoke Show. Merson finishing 13th, so he fails in his attempt. I mean, it's just unbelievable that he failed in the attempt to become the first player since Carlos Mortensen to win the main event and then win another bracelet. That's stunning when you think about it. I mean, that's including Raymer and Hashem and, a lot of very talented players that won the championship and never won another bracelet again.
There goes Karina. Chad.
Yeah, so I caught Karina out of the corner of my eye. Who else was in the Griffin Banger finishing 16th. So no bonus bracelet for Greg Merson. But
that's all right. He got some cash out of the deal. He's happy.
I think he's okay. I think he'll be all right. So we have a final table at event number 24. So that's going to be playing out tonight, one for you to watch. Also go to the event 25, Omaha.
This is
7-card stud, high-low, split 8. And that has now reached a final table. And we have got a sensational group of players here.
I'm telling you, this is crazy.
My good buddy Joe Tehan, who is just convinced he's going to finish second. It's kind of a jinx for him. But Joe Tehan leading the way, 813,000 chips, has gotten out in front. Another player that knows how to handle a final table in short situations. Tehan at 813. Christopher McHugh, 774. Then we have John Kabaj from Bushy in the United Kingdom is in third. Thunder Thomas Keller.
Well, he's not much of a Thunder anymore, is he?
No, not the last time I checked. Lost about 200 pounds.
Isn't that amazing? He really turned his life around.
Well, gastric bypass surgery.
Well, and sometimes that's what it takes. Yeah. When's your surgery going to happen?
I'm not going to have that. I don't weigh 400 pounds. Keller is at 391.
Let's get a scale.
Terrence Hastu at 390. Eric Seidel is chasing bracelet number 9, and he was towards the top of this board, but he's fallen down to 313.
And my favorite?
Mike Leah.
Yeah, go Mike.
Mike Leah trying to finally get that elusive bracelet.
And the most colorful man in poker?
As Tom Schneider. He is sitting at 167. So,
Don't count him out. He is an amazing Omaha player. Absolutely
can't count any of those guys out. The guy you can count off that one, though, is Raymond Davis. Raymond Davis, everybody.
Hey, Raymond. Where's the hookers?
What? Oh, yeah? Wow. That's, jeez. Well, yeah. Set up a little shuttle. Oh, no.
If you do, tell him I need a stake in that $1 million. I heard you got $200,000 locked up. I hear. $250 now. You only need $700. So if you guys are interested in getting a piece of Raymond Davis for that $1 million one drop, he needs $750,000 left. You can write the check to Raymond Davis. Meet him here at the Rio.
Oh yeah.
Where's Baxter, man?
Even the bad one, they'll take it because they'll just arrest him.
Yeah. That's always helpful. So where's Baxter on this? Is Baxter throwing in? No.
Baxter, he's over at Aria playing business.
Well, I'm just saying, can't he write you a check?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to.
He's probably got it in the cage already.
He can just pull out of his wallet. His box.
There you go.
You ever saw this guy's box?
No.
Oh my God! If you ever saw his box, safe deposit box at the Bellagio, it's the most amazing thing you'll ever see.
Wow.
$100,000 chips.
$100,000 chips, $25,000 chips, and it's gonna be at least like $7 million in this box. And
wow.
And all this type of shit, car keys, and everything.
Well, he knows not to keep it in his hotel room here at the Rio or try to walk it out to the parking lot.
I asked him why am I not on this card for authorization. He said, I thought you knew you've been on there.
Oh,
wow.
It would have been empty if you knew your name was on there.
Jesus. There you go. Well,
The great Raymond Davis.
Raymond Davis trying to quest for the millionaire maker. That was, or the one drop. That'd be awesome.
He's off to hunt some hookers.
Good for him. Good for him. I hope he's successful.
Uh-oh. Here he comes.
Uh-oh.
Here he comes.
Raymond's coming back again.
The hooker hunter.
Bang some of these all-American burger chicks.
Oh, no doubt. That little redhead is amazing.
I figured, I was wondering why these poker players eat this nasty shit is horrible. No taste.
It's just for the delivery
Yeah,
girls.
just for the delivery.
Well,
I just figured it all out. I think one right now with the bag.
I'm at this point. I'm kind of more on the WSOP.com girls side.
Oh, there's two or three of them.
No, they're all good. I'm not.
All the All-American Dave girls.
I'm not saying any bad. I'm just I'm not saying any bad. They're all good.
If you want some eye candy, come on down to the World Series and take a look and tell us if we're wrong. But you can't even play hooker or not a hooker with those All-American Dave girls.
Of course not. They're very nice girls. I got to meet quite a few of them.
Yeah,
They're sweeties.
Too bad they're not hookers, Raymond.
There you go.
If you play enough of those burgers, you can buy a couple hookers. It's like $30, $40 a bag.
It's $25 a meal.
My dog,
No drink.
Wow.
my dog wouldn't eat that shit they're eating.
Wow.
That shit is horrible. I've been in one of
I-
the patties. I had to shit all night.
Wow.
Fucking run.
Wow.
Shit at my table.
Raymond Davis, not a fan. I enjoyed the salmon I had.
You had salmon?
Yeah.
Salmon from the All-American Dave
Yeah,
show?
it's pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty good. I was happy.
I have not taken the time to actually go back there and eat any of the food. I spend my time watching the young ladies run
Yeah.
back
Yes,
and
I know
forth with
you
the
do.
bags.
You do it all the time.
Nothing I can do about it.
I know.
They run back and forth, and they're very eye-catching.
All right. Thanks, Raymond Davis, for totally throwing us off there. Let's go.
The hooker hunter, Raymond Davis.
Anyway, back to this Omaha.
He needs to change his Twitter handle to the hooker hunter. He really does.
He's the real Ray Davis.
Yeah. The real hooker hunter.
He's the man. All right, so Joe Tehan hanging out there in the lead in event number 25. Event number 26, No Limit Hold'em. They play a lot of that here at the World Series of Poker. It's a pretty popular game.
For pros only.
Well,
Sorry.
that's all right. 42 players remaining, and Dan Smith out in front, 404,000.
Another one of my guys from my fantasy team.
Dan's good.
Go, Dan.
Taylor von Kriegenberg out of Lowell, Massachusetts, 341 is the second. Darren Elias
Which is this?
321. Anthony Spinella, 270. This is the $1,500 no limit hold'em. Started yesterday. Ryan Welch is up there. Christopher Smesko, Mark Doobie, who is leading this event yesterday. Who else we got? Dash Dudley making another deep run. Who else do we have here? Nick Schulman in 16th. Yeah, it's funny. We see Nick in the mixed games all the time. Don't see him. Haven't seen him showing too much up in the hold'ems lately, at the World Series anyway. But Nick Schulman there, Will Fiala is in 17th right now. Soy Win in 19th, so Soy's been hanging around. And Phil Hellmuth, 89,000, sitting there in 25th place. So Phil making another deep run here at the World Series of Poker. Speaking of, like, there's Mike Leah walking by.
That's bad news. That means Mike's not.
Well, I think they're on dinner break.
Oh, did they just go?
Yeah,
I think they got 8 minutes until dinner break.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm hoping No, there's Schneider too. So yeah, we're good. Yeah, they're on dinner break.
Martine Finger in 27th place in this one. Let's see who else is kind of hanging on there. Not a whole lot of big names left. So that's your
Cyborg
group in event number 26. Now I want to talk about this event and another one. Oh, actually, no, we have the horse first. I'm sorry, 10K horse. This is a $1,500 horse that started.
I was going to say the 10K horse has been taken down by Fox.
Yeah,
Fox
we had
Wallace,
that one, who's on video from earlier today.
The notorious FOX.
15th, remaining 689. So we'll see somewhere around there for the entrance on that. Congratulations to Chris George. You're holding off Daniel Negreanu in this event.
Ooh.
Super screenshot for you, sir.
And
that's a bonus.
Our buddy Dutch Boyd, I was over there a little while ago. He had about 15,000 in chips, around there, 13 to 15,000.
Yeah, I'm listed at 11.7.
Nice,
but all sorts of big names in there playing the $1,500 horse tournament. Oh, I'd love to be playing that one. Event
Why aren't you? Why aren't you in there playing it?
Well, I'm working on one.
You
for
just
later.
had Raymond Davis over here.
I'm working on one. I'm working on one for later.
All right. The deep stack?
No.
Mega stack
event.
The Mega Stack event.
No, like the
15K.
bad timing. It's a Thursday through Sunday. That's not good for me.
Whatever.
Event number 28, the pot limit hold'em, and this event. Now this is a 10K. 88 players right now playing the pot limit hold'em. So this one is going to be a pretty exclusive field.
It is.
Obviously, a lot of great players in there. No doubt about it.
A minute ago.
No doubt about it. Antonio Esfandiari, currently reported as the chip leader at 66,300. David Peters in second. Jennifer Tilley, Chris Moore, Mike Matasow, Ted Forrest, Sorrel Mizzi, Barney Boatman. By the way, Barney Boatman sporting the Mark Hoke Show T-shirt.
Who?
Barney Boatman of the
Really?
Hendon
Barney is-
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So one's going back to England.
One of the original.
Yeah, you betcha. Pretty excited about that. Noah Schwartz, Sylvain Lucely, Tony Gregg, Matt Marafiani, Andy Frankenberg, etc., and so on. But
I want to see Tilly win a bracelet. Come on, Jennifer.
that's going to be tough.
Let's do it, baby.
That's going to be tough in this field. But now we have 88 players in this 10K for the pot limit hold'em, and I think that's the smallest field at the World Series this year so far. And 10K. But look at
your blind nut walking by, or your blind
Tom
squirrel.
McAvoy sporting the blind squirrel shirt. But then you also
You got a couple minutes.
Hey Tom, how you doing? What's up? Oh, he's in the horse.
Do I get a future discount for advertising?
Yes, probably.
course.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Told anybody where I got it, so-
Oh well, that's all right. Well, good luck to you, Tom.
Thanks
Go
for
win.
stopping by.
Now, we also had a $1,500 pot limit hold'em event earlier in this World Series that got a whole 557 runners. So now we're looking at, we have a 557, one of the lowest 1,500s, and I think that is the lowest 1,500. The lowest 10K, the pot limit hold'em. So here's the question. Should we be playing pot limit hold'em at the World Series? Does anybody really want to play this?
Yes.
Doesn't seem like it.
Why?
Well, look at these numbers; they're terrible. I mean, they're bad. I mean, a 10K is one thing, but 557 for a 1,500 at the World Series is pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Look at the start. What day did it start, Mark? Started on what, a Tuesday?
Well, yeah, it's a filler event because nobody wants to play it.
I wouldn't say nobody wants to play it. 557 players. That's not nobody.
That's a very. But in terms of when you're looking at fields minimum, of 1,500 or so in those events, that's a very low number, and I really could see the World Series dropping that off. I don't think they'll get rid of the 10K, but they could have run a 1,500 no limit tournament there. And,
Why?
And
There's so many no limit tournaments. You need to have a variation of games in the World Series,
but not if it's not going to draw.
Why?
Because they're here to make money.
Look at how many people did the 10K Raz get?
But it's a 10K, and the Raz tournament, I know it was a little bit more than the 87, but you're looking at a $1,500 buy-in. I mean, that's
on a Tuesday.
But that's a bad that's a bad number. Pot limit is just. I mean, I saw some tweets today where somebody, I believe it was.
It takes talent to perfect any game, whether it's pot limit, no limit.
Well,
it takes talent to master the game.
Well, and I'm not saying that there's not talent to master pot limit. I'm just saying in terms of putting players in the seats, it's not doing the job. It's not doing the job. You could. There's so many other things you could run in there that would draw more people.
Besides no limit, which is just the stupidest freaking game that we have in the World Series. What other game would you
could run another horse? There's a lot of things you could have done. I mean, pot limit is just not a popular game, and I know that even the pros are like, pot limit. It's just not popular right now. We saw a phase out of a lot of the limit hold'em games.
That's why we're at the World Series, though, Mark. It's about everybody's game. It's not just about one. It's not about no limit hold'em.
Well, I understand.
It's about the World Series of poker, and pot limit is a form of poker.
Well, it is, but if
whether
nobody
it's hold'em, Omaha, or whatnot.
so's 5-card draw, but we don't have a 5-card draw.
Well, we do have 5-card draw in the 16 mix.
Yeah, it's in the 16. There you go. That's a good place. That's a good place for pot limit. Put it in the mix games. Put it in the 8-card, or the 8-game draws. But it's just, I would be willing to bet that $1,500 pot limit hold'em event is going to be.
Is going to be what? It will be on the schedule next year.
It'll be gone.
$1,500, $1,500 for next year. If they have it on there, you're buying me into it.
No, I'm not buying you into it.
Was that a handshake? You guys seen it?
No, all I'm saying.
That was a handshake.
No, I wasn't betting that. I'm betting that they won't be there, just period. It won't be there.
It will be there.
Okay, we'll see.
It will be there.
We'll see.
There will be a $1,500 pot limit.
It will be there.
It will be there.
It will be there.
You are at the World Series.
I understand
of poker.
that, but if the event doesn't draw, it doesn't draw.
What about the 10K that's going on right now that only has 88 people in it?
And I'm saying the same thing about that.
You really think that
they're
they're going to get rid of this event? They're not going to get rid of this event, and the other one drew 557. So why would they even think about getting rid of it? They're still making a huge rake. It's one of the off days, so they have smaller fields where they don't need all the dealers here that day. They can offer early outs for the dealers. It's fantastic. It's a great little break, midweek break for the dealers and for the staff.
You're really fired up about this pot limit.
You're saying that it's like it's not a real game because
I didn't say it's not.
I didn't say it's not a real game,
but
be part of the series. It should be part of the series. It's a huge event. It's the winner of this event, Mark. Tell him that you don't think it should be on. That it should be on the schedule next year, and they'll argue with you. The winner of last year's pot limit event will argue with you that it should be on.
Probably
pot
would
limit is a talented game.
From a business sense, it's right now standing out like a sore thumb in terms of the draw. It just is. It's way lower than all the other events.
Look at the Tuesday events from last week. What was the Tuesday event last week, and how many did it?
Well,
did it
when I dig that up, I'll be glad to do that. But I'm just in terms of the numbers that we're seeing. You're getting. You can draw 1,500 in one tournament. You draw 500. I mean, the World Series is going to have to look at that. You look at some of the other events. Like the four
daily
max
no
is
limit.
That was a much more, a much better tournament than this one, and it's just not working. And nobody it's not a popular game right now. So
I disagree.
All right. Well, that's fine. You can disagree. It's okay.
I disagree. I think it's a. I
don't hold against you.
Pot limit is a great game. I really do. I find it takes more talent to play pot limit than it does no limit, and I'm just going to end my point there. It does take more talent to play pot limit than it does no limit.
Wow. That's a statement. I'm going to ask around about that one, too.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Please do.
All right. So, well, that's just how things are looking to me for the pot limit. So, Joe Tehan, chip leader. Got it. Chad Holloway is here.
With a burrito.
What?
Oh, official.
Can I say that? Okay.
It is
Okay.
official. Amaya has
Okay.
bought
All right.
PokerStars.
So
That's amazing. That's awesome.
here, hang on. So we have some breaking news coming over the internet. All right. Some breaking news is coming over the internet right now, and we're letting it go that a press release has come out, and it is official. Amaya has purchased PokerStars.
That's awesome.
So that is an official statement coming from
Amaya Gaming, I'm
Amaya
sure.
Gaming. So it's over. PokerStars has been purchased, and that is a done deal.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Let's go around and tear off some PokerStars patches and burn them. Burn them, I tell you. Burn them.
They're not going to change.
I'm telling you, they are gonna rebrand.
They're not going to rebrand the #1 brand in the world.
Yes, they
All
will.
right, we'll
and they're
see.
not Disney, so it's not the #1 brand in
poker.
the world. Okay.
In poker, no, yeah, poker. Come on, Apple. There, I'll name one bigger than PokerStars. Apple.
Apple and Disney, right up there at the top.
ESPN.
Da-da-da,
Part of Disney.
da-da-da. That's the most famous sound in the world. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Not according to the women I've been with. Hey, bada bing.
Hey, that's the strip club on Sopranos. The Bada Bing.
Yeah. So there's some news. It is official. Very cool.
I want to see the official tweet.
I'm sure it'll be out there soon. All right. Well, I guess let's take a break, and we're going to try and pull a little bit more of this together.
You know, okay, yeah. Let's do that real quick because I do know of a PokerStars manager that's in the house tonight.
I have my marketing guy too.
Yeah. So let's try to go grab some flack.
All right. So there you go. So let's step back, take a break, and we'll try and get a little more information on this. And yeah, and I see the tweets are already firing out there too. So yeah, there it is, done. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and break down now what happens.
Can't wait.
With PokerStars here in the United States of America. Should be fun. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with the promo code HOKE. That's HOKE for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes? The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts. Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
sports bettors. Tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, and we are back here on The Mark Hoke Show live. And, well, we got a lot to talk about all of a sudden, don't we?
We do.
Other than the great action here at the World Series of Poker, Joe Tehan trying to win an elusive first bracelet. Well, there's some other scoop bracelets that may be flying around here soon. Okay, so here's the details on what has happened on this transaction. Just give me 1 second. Wow, Casino Examiner, by the way, in the chat box and saying, well, PokerStars alive in the combo because the Blackstone Group, the investment group, bought the Cosmo. I don't know about that.
They did.
Well, that's what he's saying.
They did. They just bought the they just bought the Cosmopolitan a week ago.
Where are they going to put a poker room? Well, they're going to rip something apart in there if they want to put a poker room in. Of course, they're willing to do it at the Atlantic Club.
That means Nevada could be the first state with PokerStars, because you have to own a casino with at least 250 rooms to open a online poker room in the state of Nevada.
I think California is going to beat them to it. I think California is going to be the first state. They're already lined up. They've got 4 casinos ready to go. This statement I am going to disagree with. PokerStars will still be radioactive in California. I'm not buying that. There's 4 casinos already in deals with PokerStars. They're going to be there. They will be there. They will be there.
Because as long as they don't have the bad actors clause to
fall back on, there's no reason they can't get licensed. Exactly. All right, so here it is, and brace yourself. Yeah, we said it's over $1 billion. Yeah, it's a little over $1 billion.
4.9.
PokerStars has agreed to be, and this is coming from Bloomberg Business Week. PokerStars has agreed to be acquired by Amaya Gaming Group Incorporated. AYA for those of you buying stocks tomorrow morning.
Make sure it's on your list.
AYA. You have to go to the Canadian Exchange for that, but it's AYA.
Wow. A.
For $4.9 billion. Billion. In a deal that may boost the chances the dominant poker website can return to the U.S. market. The agreement transforms Amaya, a little-known supplier of gambling equipment and systems, into the largest publicly held online gaming company in the world. Amaya, based in suburban Montreal, lined up financing from lenders including Deutsche Bank, Barclays, Macquarie Group Limited, and the Blackstone Group.
That's
and their credit business, Wsop Capital Partners, LP. New ownership would remove an obstacle to return PokerStars to the U.S. and potentially jumpstart an online gambling industry is off to a wobbly beginning. Past clashes with authorities have prevented PokerStars from taking part in online gambling, now legal in 3 states. From Amaya chairman and chief and CEO David Bazov, having this brand and this company in the U.S. is going to be very significant for states. The financing includes a $2.9 billion of bank loans and about $1.6 billion of equity and convertible debt. An additional $400 million of the price is deferred. The Scheinbergs have also divested their shares in PokerStars, so the deal is done. Phil, we got PokerStars back.
PokerStars was just bought by
got bought.
Amaya Gaming in Canada for $4.9 billion.
That means the bad actor clause.
The bad actor clause is out the window.
So fun. We may be seeing PokerStars back. Look, see, Phil. We got Phil Galfond to smile big. How about that? There you go.
That could be huge.
Yeah.
Bring me back my Sunday millions.
Let's see. So Simon Holiday from the H2 Gambling Capital says this could be massive, as it should be the key for the PokerStars brand, technology, client lists, and expertise, all to gain access to the thus far slow-to-take-off U.S. onshore regulated market. Bloomsburg News had reported earlier they were close to a deal, but it has apparently been completed. The ink is on the paper, kids. So now comes the fun part. Getting approved.
Putting the pieces back together.
Of course, the main excuse put out by, and I say excuse, put out by regulators. Oh, Amanda Musumeci. Oh, my heart. Do you see?
She's crushing it.
She's just wonderful.
Keep up the great work.
She is a goddess.
Oh.
But now with the bad actor clause, of course, the Scheinbergs, and that was the final excuse in New Jersey, with the Scheinbergs saying, well, they're still owning the company, they're still under, they're under this indictment, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, that's gone. So we have a situation where the major obstacle in New Jersey and other states has now been taken away. So the question is, how much of a fight is this going to be to get PokerStars into Nevada and New Jersey? I think this is pretty much a done deal
now that they
in
have
California. I can't imagine that we're not going to see.
They were denied, though, in California.
No, not anymore.
They're going to have to reapply and put in the statements that they've gotten rid of the bad actors clause because it's no longer owned by the jackasses that
But I think the question is now, how much of a fight do other companies such as Caesars Entertainment?
What was Amaya Gaming previously? What was it that they were operating? They're
a technology company. They're a gaming technology company.
Okay,
they make
did they have what did they have in place previously before making this deal? What did they have? Was there a room that was owned by them? Was it
no,
PKR
I don't think so.
or any of the other?
I don't believe they had any stakes in anything like that. So, yeah. So that's pretty much where that is right now. It's a difficult spot for Caesars Entertainment to try and decide what they want to do. But I think that's going to be the trick. I think now, can enough strings be pulled to still stop PokerStars from getting into these markets?
No. No more stopping them.
They still have to get approved.
But they don't have
politics,
that excuse of
course,
bad actors clause.
Well, they don't have the excuse, but of course, politics is politics.
It is.
And here's a situation, for example, in New Jersey.
$4.9 billion buys a lot of politicking.
It does, but of course, PokerStars have more money than God, and they couldn't get in. So,
now they have more money than God, and now they don't have any bad actors in their board of directors. Expect to see them as soon as possible.
I would expect it too, but I have a feeling that some people are going to put up a fight. I mean, if you look at the situation in Jersey,
Party Poker.
Well,
Party Poker's opened up in Jersey. Party Poker stepped out in 2006 because they did not want to have to deal with a bad actors clause. They knew it was only going to be 5 to 6 years before they could come back into the U.S. market, as long as they followed the laws and did what they needed to do.
And I understand that. I think the one thing, the issue here is that because WSOP.com is so prevalent, that, and of course, they want to, many of the major properties there in Atlantic City for our Caesars properties, they're going to want to protect those.
Right.
And having PokerStars in New Jersey does not protect those at all. It hurts. So now the question is going to be, does Caesars start lobbying to still try to find a way to keep PokerStars out of the market? So,
well, there's other things that we have to deal with. So
sure.
Because we still have to deal with the whole Sheldon Adelson issue and his hatred of online gaming.
That too.
That is going to be a huge we have to overcome that before we really worry about PokerStars coming into the U.S. We really need to get Adelson to back off. Yeah. So hopefully we can get that done.
Yeah. Do you want to?
No, just a minute. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't want anybody be disappointed here. But politics does make for some strange bedfellows, to say the least. And I don't know. I have a feeling that there's gonna be still some resistance to putting PokerStars in. but you know, and the battle here is going to be between, do we protect the Harris properties or do we make the money? And I don't know. I mean, I could still see.
We should
I could
sell
still
the
see
entire
a
U.S. to Canada, and then the problem's over.
No, we don't want that. No, they don't want that. Jeez, they'd have to. Well, anyway. Well, but I think this is going to be I think there's still going to be some jockeying going on behind the scenes before we can all, hip hip hooray, Poker Stars back. But I think the end result should be the Poker Stars would get in these markets, and I do think that California will be the first place. I think California is going to be first.
The Blackstone Group, if it's verified that they are the ones that bought them, and I'm trying to feed back into my memory, and I'm 95% sure that Blackstone Group was the ones that bought the Cosmopolitan, that tells me that they're lining up to do some big things.
Oh, they could be, absolutely.
We need to see them buy something in Delaware now so that they can get going in Delaware and have that, because we already have the compact with Delaware and Nevada. So if they can line themselves up in Delaware and be the first ones to accept Delaware players and Nevada players, that's going to be a huge jump.
Yeah, there. I mean, obviously, so many pieces to fall in this thing. Yeah, in other states like Pennsylvania, look like they're looking to make a move and get into online. Yeah, I think Pennsylvania is going to be the next one to go.
Yeah, I
mean,
think so too.
It's looking pretty decent out there.
That tax revenue can't be denied. I'm hoping the state of Michigan's actually looking too, because the city of Detroit really needs to get out of debt too.
I saw a suggestion about goats.
Goats
mowing the lawns in Detroit. I think that, well, it's cheap. It's cheap labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So this is gonna. But it's exciting news for everybody. Like I said, the question is going to be how. Is this going to be a direct route, or are we going to have to kind of do a few end arounds before Poker Stars shows up? But it'll be exciting to see them legally back in the United States after all this time. And it'll be fun to see what happens to the Full Tilt brand too.
We've got at least 6 months, I'm going to say, until we really figure out what all happened.
Easily 6 months. Oh yeah, it's going to take a little time. There's palms that have to be greased.
The greasing was being done. The greasing was done before they made the deal.
Oh, but there's super grease out there now.
Oh, the grease was applied well before the deal was
Were
signed.
you applying the grease? Yeah.
I'm just saying they wouldn't have done this if they didn't know that they can get back into the U.S. market by getting rid of the bad actors clause and doing this. I still say they're going to rebrand.
Well,
it may not be like an off. It's not going to be like anything huge. They could just switch it around and be Stars Poker instead of Poker Stars. But
that'd be a pain in the ass to change the stationery on that. Yeah. I mean, as well, cut it and clip it.
It wouldn't be that tough.
Just taking.
It wouldn't be that tough.
Yeah, but but it's an exciting time here in poker, and so those are the details on the deal. $4.9 billion. Billion. Billion.
With a b.
With a b. With a 4.
All right, so let's get on with the World Series of Poker action. We've got a couple final tables actually going on right now, Mark.
Yeah, we do. As soon as I get those stats, I'll be glad to take a look at them. Got to give me a second. Actually, you know what?
We need to get you a guest because I'm going to scramble out of here.
Well, you know what? Actually, I want to take a commercial break real quick.
All right.
Before we get back to what's going on.
I might not be back when
Okay.
Mark goes back live. So
all right.
Just in case I'm not, make sure you follow me at Grinding and Ground on Twitter or at Vegas Tales.
You're greasing your way out of here.
I am getting. I got things to shake, places to go.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best on your shaking.
Thank you.
All right. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Missouri stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Tough day at the Veld? Get off tilt and unstuck by escaping to the desert for an extreme off-road adventure with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. We have the biggest fleet of off-road vehicles known in the universe. And since we know poker players aren't exactly early risers, we now offer after-dark tours for all you night owls. And don't forget to stop by the Mark Hope Show WSOP booth at the Rio to win a free Sun Buggy experience. Please call us 24/7 at 1-866-728-4443 and visit us at www.sunbuggy.com. Call us now and take the off-road ride of your life with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we're back here on the Mark Hoke Show live at the World Series of Poker. And, of course, dominating the news right now is, obviously got some great action going on with this Poker Stars sale. It is blowing Twitter up, blowing up Facebook. So we're going to see where it all ends up. There are a lot of games to be played yet. And I'll throw this on Casino Examiner in the chat box, saying, bringing some interesting possibilities, where he's saying that Caesars can fire 888. Very true. The Blackstone Group does have investments in Caesars. That would be fun. So Caesars could fire 888 and replace them with PokerStars. I have a hard time. I mean, that relationship has been pretty solid for a while. I'd be kind of surprised to see 888 get the can on that. But who knows? We've seen so many crazy things happen in poker over the past few years that anything is possible, that's for sure. But I do feel like there's going to be some interesting jockeying in Las Vegas. And I think one situation that could possibly come up, is the Wynn. Of course, Steve Wynn came out and said, I agree with Sheldon Adelson. But, of course, they've got a license, and they were going to be aligned with PokerStars. So now the question's going to be, maybe does the Wynn group step back in and say, hey, you know what? Let's we got PokerStars. Let's do it. I think that'll change our minds. I don't know. Obviously, this is all so early on, and of course, and Nate had a valid point that there's obviously some things happening to set this up. But then, of course, PokerStars thought they had it in the bag when they bought Phil Tild and took care of all the player debt and so on, and really felt like they were in a good position to get back into the United States. And then all of a sudden, the curveball hit when they couldn't get licensed. So I don't know, but I know this is going to have a far-reaching impact. I think we're going to remember this day for a while. Hopefully things are going to go well, and we're going to see PokerStars back in the market. And I think a lot of people would be excited about that, and certainly would make for some interesting competition between now some of your top companies like Party Poker, WSOP.com, Ultimate Poker, and so on. So some people better get on their horses, because the PokerStars train might be coming back into town. All right, let's take a look at where we are on these events that are finishing up here tonight, and we'll go to the big board and take a look at the No Limit Hold'em six-handed event, and that is down to 6 now as we've lost Mustafa Kanit. So it is now Kevin Eister, Bryn Kinney, Jeremy Codler, Lucky Chewy, Andrew Lichtenberger, David Barat, and Pierre Neuville. Those 6 are at the official final table now. Eister at 2.8, Bryn Kinney 1.5, Codler 1.3, Lichtenberger 1.1, Barat 650, Neuville 530. So Kevin Eister in a pretty good position right now, but he's got some awesome talent that's going to be fighting him to try and stop him from winning that bracelet. So those 6 players have reached the final table in event number 24. We take it over to event number 25 now, and unfortunately I did see a tweet that we got a little bit of bad news that Mike Leah has been eliminated from that event. He is out in 7th place, and Tom Schneider was eliminated in 8th. So we have 6 to go, and it is Joe Tehan still leading the way, but he wasn't the one that was able to pick these other guys off. But what an interesting table this could end up being. As we're looking at Joe Tehan, Christopher McHugh at 774, John Cabaj at 700, Terrence Hastu at 450. But then sitting in those last 2 seats, Thomas Thunder Keller at 391, looking for bracelet number 2, and Eric Seidel trying to become a 9-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner. He is down to 313, so there's going to be some work to do for Seidel in this one. But Joe Tehan, and what a great story that would be, Joe Tehan trying to finally break that jinx and win his first World Series of Poker bracelet. Well, how interesting would that be to see it come down to Tehan and Seidel could fight back? Oh, my God. What a thrill that would be to see that heads-up match. But Joe Tehan right now in position, trying to hang on and win the $2,500 event 25 and take home a bracelet. So there you go. Event number 26, No Limit Hold'em event started off today, and Dan Smith still leading that one. And boy, Dan's opened up a nice lead in that, or start of yesterday. That one 42 players remaining. Dan Smith at 710, and second place right now is Taylor von Kriegenberg at 341. So Dan Smith, that is going to be a tough one to dig out of there if Dan Smith can continue to steamroll a few people and build that chip lead. But one of the more interesting names sliding up the board, Phil Hellmuth, has now moved into 6th place. He's picked up 166,000 chips on this level and goes to 255. So Hellmuth now into the 6th slot in this tournament. Dash Dudley has gone to 9th. So Nick Schulman is now in 16th. So could Phil Hellmuth be possibly headed for another heads-up match for a bracelet? We're going to find out. Maybe not tonight, but a little bit later on. 42 players left. Don't think they'll get to the final table tonight, but we will probably see it get down to 18 or so in that one. It's a pretty wild one there. And then we go to the 10K pot limit hold'em. A very, I'm sorry, event 27, my bad, the horse tournament. And we are looking at 689 entering that tournament, and really no updates on that one. Event 20, so now we'll go to event 28, the 10K pot limit hold'em event. Not many runners in this one. We are looking at 88 at the moment, and at this time your leader is Antonio Esfandiari. Esfandiari listed at 99,000. Steps out in front of Chris Moorman, Mike Matisow, David Peters, and Jennifer Tilley. Jeff Gross has also checked in his chip stack at 40,000. That's enough to put him in the 6th place, at least according to the big board. Kathy Liebert in there as well. We've seen Kathy coming up and down the halls here, and Kathy Liebert with a nice stack at 38,900. Boy, it'd be nice to see Kathy win a bracelet. Make a deep run here, and with all these other women making great big statements here at the World Series of Poker. It would really be fantastic to see one of the all-time greats. And, and unfortunately, I think sometimes Kathy, because of the emergence of Vanessa Selps, gets somewhat forgotten in the discussion. But Kathy Liebert still knows how to play poker. She is damn good, and, we'd be great to see Kathy, with an opportunity to make a deep run in this pot limit hold'em event. All right, so that's pretty much where we are here at the World Series of Poker right now. Coming up, let's take a look at the schedule. Coming up for tomorrow and a few days after, we go down to Friday's schedule. So we're hitting the weekend, kids, and Friday, June 13th, $2,500 no limit hold'em event starting at noon, and then in the afternoon, $1,500 7-card stud, high, low, 8 or better. Hey, George Meyer's here, everybody. George Meyer. George Meyer, you want to say hi to everybody real quick? Let's get George Meyer in here. I wonder if George has heard the news. I'm wondering.
I haven't. I guarantee you.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
PokerStars got sold.
Really?
The Amaya Gaming Group has purchased PokerStars. Look at this. See, now this is a guy.
See, I had no idea.
George doing Poker Atlas, and of course, the creator of the great Poker Near Me app, which is now rolled into Poker Atlas. So that's interesting.
When did that get
officially announced tonight?
Wow.
News started breaking today that it was going to happen. The Scheinbergs are out, and the Amaya Gaming Group is now the owner of PokerStars. So I can see your wheels turning already on this one.
Well, yeah. I mean, in order to re-enter the market, they had to do something like that, right? They had to change all the ownership. It's the only way to have any of the big three get back in the business, right? In the U.S. market, at least.
Yeah. So now with and getting your, because you guys obviously do a lot of affiliate relationships and so on over at Poker Atlas. So this is some pretty huge news for you guys. If PokerStars now can get rid of the bad actor clause and all that issue and get back into this thing, on the business side of it, what impact? And I know I'm snapping you here pretty quick, but what impact does it have on the business side of things for poker?
Well, I tell you one thing, though, it's really neat to see what's happening at the World Series in general. With the guys here have told me that the average events are up 30%, in attendance from the whole front, and this will undoubtedly help drive more online play. And there hasn't been enough online play yet, and what we really need are more states to kind of pick up, and that will probably help that too from the whole front. So it's I mean, we are 100% behind both live and online poker and trying to get it legalized in more and more states from whatever we can. But PokerStars is obviously the 100-pound elephant or 1,000-pound elephant in this business. Then, so they're definitely be a welcome addition.
Yeah, and I'm sure you guys, on top of what's going on in California, for example, I think from what I've been told from my sources that we're going to see a bill get passed here within the next couple of months here in California, and some casinos have already aligned themselves with PokerStars. Could be the first step in California, which would be unbelievable.
I think we're pretty close in New York too. I mean, there's a bunch of states that are actually relatively close, right? That we think from front that could pick up, and that's really what we need is more players and more activity per se, and more interstate deals, so the players can play amongst players in other states, right, on sites. So.
Yeah, and I think one of the interesting parts with PokerStars coming back in now is I'm sure they're going to be very aggressively pushing for those interstate compacts. New Jersey does have the ability, if I'm correct in their bill, to be able to link out to the international site already. So now, I know Nevada doesn't have that. So how do you think that the PokerStars politically is going to be able to handle it at this point? And are we going to see? Do you think you'll see a fight with them and Caesars in terms of not wanting to step on WSOP.com's toes and in turn the Harris properties, for example, in Atlantic City and here in Las Vegas and all across the country?
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. I mean, there's a certain amount too of just the goodwill that was lost by the big guys, at least of people delayed getting their money back, and all the whole experience that kind of went through. And it'll be interesting to see what impact that has. And I know a lot of players have more trust in a name that's publicly traded. You know what I mean? A U.S. company per se on a front, but it's it creates a very interesting dynamic, because it's for any of those guys obviously to get back in the U.S. market. They had to completely change their ownership and management.
Right.
And that was one of the hurdles. I don't know all the hurdles. I'm sure John knows everything that has to occur on the front, but there's more things that they would have to do. But that was kind of a requirement. But be able to come back in with a pretty large player base already. It's been quite a while since the player base has come, so they'll need updated emails and lists and stuff where we can help. But stuff like that, it'll be very interesting. I think all in all, if it creates more players and they're helping drive the market, it should be very good for poker.
Do you think Caesars has a legitimate way to, behind the scenes, manipulate this and say, no, we're still going to try and find a way to keep PokerStars out of the market, or with this bad actor clause out of the way? Because, of course, in New Jersey, that's what they said, that with the ownership groups that's there, we weren't going to give you the license. Well, now that's out of the way. So if Caesars will make a determination that they want to put some money into lobbying to say we don't want these guys getting in, do they have a leg to stand on at this point?
Well, there's certainly a leg. I mean, it's still the name, it's still the brand from the front, and it's certainly something they could try to do, or anybody could try to do. Any of the guys that have been now accepted, you know what I mean, and have gone through the licensing process to go do. I still think it'll be challenging, you know what I mean, for them to get accepted and to come into the market, just because of the history of what occurred from before. But with an entirely new management team and stuff, that is obviously the biggest hurdle that that they had to overcome. And behind the scenes, I'm not sure what'll happen. To tell you the truth, right?
I think there's going to be a lot of battles going on behind closed doors. That's for sure. And I think a lot of money's going to get thrown around with the lobby. It'll be interesting. It's going to be interesting, but it would be nice to have PokerStars back.
Yeah, it would be great. I still think WSOP is the best poker brand in the business per se, on the front. It could be because of the live tie, of being able to tie into the world's largest event on the whole front. So I think no matter what happens, I think WSOP.com has a chance to become a very big player in this business as well.
Yeah, I think and certainly the situation with the Blackstone Group has interest, who's put up the money to pull this off. Now all of a sudden, they do own some money, part of Caesars too.
Wow.
So yeah, so all sorts of little
what was
gears.
The deal? Tell me about the
4 point. Let me get the number here. I mean, Raymond just pulled this money out of his pocket. He could have bought this for $4.9 billion. But yes, it's official now.
It is?
It's official. Yep.
That's great news for us.
Yeah, there you go. $4.9 billion.
Wow, that's even bigger than the Poker Near Me deal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yours was 3.6. It was bigger than the Clippers. Poker Star's worth more than the Clips.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the last plug it doesn't work on that last plug, Raymond. I'm sorry. You can go over on that one.
Exciting news. That's,
yeah. So I mean,
this always turn to Mark here. He'll have the latest on everything. So I figured stuff like that would occur. You know what I mean?
And did it right in the middle of the frickin' World Series too. You gotta love that.
Yeah. Good timing.
They still don't like the WSOP, do they? Yeah. So this will be fun. I think we're gonna see some entertaining business battles going on behind the scenes. But there you go. So what's up with you, George? Aside from slamming down the Red Bull, having a good time?
Nothing. It's been really exciting merging Poker Near Me into Poker Atlas. It's been quite challenging, and now we're pretty much there. We've got everything. Not a lot of people know this, but people know the brands. There were actually 3 brands. There were all Vegas Poker, Poker Atlas, and Poker Near Me. And believe it or not, all 3 brands had their own websites, had their own databases, and had their own apps in some cases. I mean, all Vegas Poker had an app. So one of our big objectives was to consolidate everything into one master brand and to be able to promote that brand. And we selected Poker Atlas. It just was primarily because of a dominant search position. If you search for poker pretty much anywhere in the U.S., poker tournaments in Los Angeles, poker tournaments in New York, you pick it, Poker Atlas will come up in the top 3 results. In fact, we have a couple thousand top 5, top 10 results across the country, 2 to 500 top 3. So it's pretty amazing on the front. And so now what's exciting is right before the World Series, we're finally at a point that we have one master database and one master mobile optimized website that all the traffic from all Vegas Poker and Poker Near Me has been redirected to. And then also we have one master native app for iOS and one master native app for Android.
There you go.
So it's kind of neat that it's all kind of come together as one. And we're very excited about being the official player's guide for the World Series of Poker. So we keep adding really neat stuff to that section. I'd encourage everybody to go look at it, either through the website or through the online apps. But we have this player's guide that basically has information on every single thing that's going on in the Rio. I mean, we even have restart data, so we'll tell you what time the events restart and what rooms they're in from the whole front. We have an interactive map, so with all the table numbers, it even shows you everything that's kind of going on in the World Series. And that we're pretty excited has been put together too.
Yeah, pretty cool. Well, congratulations on that, and I'm sure the Poker Atlas and the Poker Stars, you guys will be keeping an eye on that pretty tight too.
Yeah, without question.
It should be something. So, yeah. So this has been a very interesting day. Of course, 2 final tables going on here at the World Series, so those should be wrapping up tonight. And I think with that, I banged out all the news, so I think I'm good. I think I got a show. So,
wow,
George,
Mark, thank you.
Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Best of luck at Poker Atlas. And that's going to do it for us. So we're going to come back tomorrow and probably get some more information about this sale. And, of course, a couple of bracelets are going to be given out tonight. So we'll get you an update on that, as well as a couple of these other tournaments blasting away today. Should be something else. So stick around, kids. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific time here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you later.